Okay.
So it's actually broadcasting live right now.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, John and Doug here. This one's Doug.
I'm John.
This one's John. We're sitting in the office over at my place of employment. And we're recording our 49th parallel.
Because I have neither.
We would have met at John's place of employment. You fill in the blank.
Mistakes were made.
And so that's where we're recording from today. It's our chance to do a true 49th parallel podcast together because now we're both 49 years old.
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you.
I mean, that was rough.
You've taken good care of the place.
I haven't really, but there was a point when I thought, is this a test? Like, you're here, John, let's do this joint thing, but you've got to do it by yourself for 2 weeks. Like, am I being punked?
Oh, really?
To see if I could actually do anything for 2 weeks in a row.
And how did you do? Like, let's pretend for a minute it was a test. Did you pass?
I think I probably got a D.
Oh, really?
Well, I did some work in the beginning, and I did create some graphic things, the company,
And you made a number of posts.
I made a number of posts, but I was not consistent every day. And I did record a couple of posts that I did not.
I saw those in draft form.
Yeah, and post because I didn't have internet at the time or whatever. But anyway, welcome to the 49th Parallel Podcast.
Yes, where two men are pondering what it means to be 49 years old in the midst of the American dream. And it's been interesting. I've been thinking about this now for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
In my 2 days of being 49. And I keep, for some reason, I get trapped in this, like, what does it mean to be 49? Does that have any meaning to it? And I don't know why that is. Like, that doesn't really seem like a real question. But I can't seem to shake it.
I've thought the same question. And I only think of being 49 as in reference to what it is not.
Oh.
It means I'm almost not in my 40s anymore.
That's
I'm not
right.
in my 30s anymore.
Yep.
And I'm not I'm not 55. I'm not 60.
That's right. Yeah, it's so in between.
Right.
It's the worst. It's the worst place to be judging oneself.
It's the middle school of middle age.
Oh. It is awesome. This is so 8th grade.
Right.
Oh, that's totally what it feels like.
You don't feel good in your skin. You don't know what kind of clothes to wear because if you wear something too young, then you look like a douchebag.
Totally.
And then you don't want to go like to the golf polos and cargo shorts and socks and sandals.
So I had that very thought the other day when I was thinking because people keep saying when my birthday was coming up, people would ask how old I was. And I thought when I would tell them I'm going to be 49, that would be met with, what? 49? You can't possibly be 49 years old already. Right? Not once.
Right.
Not one time did I get that response from anyone. Every time it was sort of like, oh, almost with a, you're only 49. Okay, so that was disheartening.
Why is it humiliating when people nail your age?
Yeah.
Right. How old are you? Don't tell me. 49? Yeah, you jerk.
That's right. And they were like, I was totally trying to...
Yeah, right. In my mind, I was thinking 53.
Yeah, that's right. So I've been thinking about that a lot because people, what they say is, especially people that are older than 49, wait till you get in your 50s. I just got an email today. I could share it with you if I need to prove it to you. Hey, happy 49th birthday, these things. Wait till you get in your 50s. You're going to love it. It's the purgatory of age. It's you already burned your 40s. Mm-hmm. Things didn't go the way you wanted them to.
That's right.
Right? So,
but that is like a marker of being pre-50 is that you're like, boy, like there's so many things I can't do over.
Yes.
Because there's just not enough time. Like I could, but go get my PhD.
Right.
Like I don't want to be in school in 65.
Right. You start that when you're 50 and people are like, wow.
Yeah.
You do it when you're 40 and people are like, well, good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. It's one of the,
Like there's time, there's a chance. Yeah, and then now it's like for me, where the big struggle for me is just getting out of bed before 10 a.m. and you've already, run a 100-mile race, by 9. Is there so many physical things that I find that I can't or that I won't eat. Like I thought that.
Like see your shoes and stuff.
Well, yeah, but more like I will never run a marathon.
That is so not
Yes.
true. We won't get into that
Right.
till we're say mid-December.
I'll never be a professional athlete of any kind.
That's true.
Ever.
That's true.
That
That's all been long ago set aside.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's a real thing. So one of the things we were talking before we started was this whole question of hustle versus, let's say, competency or ability or having a unique capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And so to talk about, you've been listening to these podcasts that where this is the big thing, because grits, hustle. People are writing books about all this.
Yeah, so it
the
must
thing
be
kids need, the thing the world needs, isn't
Yeah.
love anymore. It's like grit and hard work and stickiness, stick-to-itiveness. That business, is that what this is about?
Yeah, and I think part of that probably is is a reaction to how attentive parents are to their children.
Yeah.
And where you can, by being too attentive a parent, really create a horrible human being,
Yeah.
And so maybe some people are thinking that it's too soft, so they need to have grit or whatever. But one of the things that was like, would you rather have, your kid have intelligence or hustle, like the ability just to work and have initiative and so
drive and all that business.
And so like every job that I've ever had, and I was just talking to you about this, I with the exception of pastoring for whatever reason, maybe because I did that for such a long time, but I feel like I'm shoehorning myself into something.
Yeah.
Where I'm going to become a different person and to work that job. And I just don't have any hustle in me. Like right now I'm looking for work and I really should be out there and there, but whereas you've got hustle to spare.
Yeah.
You cannot sit still. You think like vacation is a poor allocation of time and effort.
Well, it very often is, especially when people camp. It just is. It's just a terrible use of the human capacity to bring yourself back to the minimum level of what you've already achieved somewhere else in your life.
That would be like
that is just, it's like saying to yourself, today I'm only going to use a third grade vocabulary. That is just, there's no reason to limit yourself.
That's like going to the county jail and saying, I'd like to spend the weekend, please.
That's right. I do want to have a picture of a homeless looking person standing outside of a REI with a sign that says, "Can I stay at your house tonight?"
Yeah. I'd like to have a sign for me as I stand behind the highway that says, I'm a Gemini and an Enneagram 7 and I make bad decisions.
Bad decisions, one right after the other. Ask me all you like. So, okay, but here's the thing about hustle, because I do think I have a lot of hustle. I don't think that works either. So this sort of notion that, like, if you're somebody with a lot of drive and a lot of stick-to-itiveness and or a lot of startup-ness, then that gets replaced by people's statements of, oh, well, then what you need is more stick-to-itiveness, more follow-through. You need more consistency, right? Like this is the shadowy side of all of this. Like if you don't have hustle, that's really what you need. And then you have a lot of hustle. Well, then you need this other thing.
Yeah.
Like it's like those floaties in your eyes that you can't look right at.
Right.
Or they disappear.
Yeah.
Every time someone tells you this is the thing you need in order to be successful, I think the only thing that seems to be consistent among people that are successful is that they cheat other people out of things. It's the only thing I can figure out is that somehow they're breaking the rules and they're doing something wrong.
Is that what you're saying? If anyone's more successful than you,
they cheated.
They're obviously cheated.
Yeah, they're cheaters. Yeah, that's the only conclusion I can come to in my 49 years. No, I really don't know what it is because there doesn't seem to be, but maybe it is hustle. I don't know. Maybe the thing that like maybe if I didn't sort of hustle, I couldn't be marginally poor. Right? Like, because I could tell myself, and a lot of people do, like, oh, well, you've chosen to be in the, like, religion and organizing nonprofit world.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had turned those skills into another arena,
to where money is,
you could have seen a high level of success.
Oh, I think anybody who knows you would agree with that.
Okay, so I don't know.
Whereas I think with me, somebody would be, if you would look at like a dozen opportunities for me, they'd be like, maybe that one.
Oh, I did hear something the other day on economics in the U.S., a nerdy thing. And the person who knows a lot about this, so just have to trust that he's right about this.
The expert, yeah.
Is that the most common job, the job that more people have in the United States than any other job, you know what it is?
What's that?
Cashier. Cashier. There are more cashiers than any other job.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the fact that this movement in stores and Amazon and other places to automate purchases is a huge economic crisis because more than any other, now it's not 50% of the jobs, but more than any other single job, cashiers.
Yeah.
Maybe we should give that a try.
Well, if I could live on $6.50 an hour,
would you like fries with that?
Yeah.
Well, that's probably why that it's.
I mean, I'm not saying that like a cashier is.
See, this is the thing. You're
below me.
Yeah, just looking at a gift horse in the mouth. Just.
What I'm saying is, that
first rule of hustle: you'll do anything for a dime.
Yes, but there are probably people who are less capable than me and more qualified to work a cash register that I would just be taking that poor person's job. So it's me being altruistic, not wanting to.
I could do other things.
To be a cashier at Kohl's.
I could do other things. You, on the other hand, I'm going to let you have this.
That's right. I'm not going to be the part of causing the economic thing to, come crashing down.
You're like the guy at the Easter buffet breakfast that says, oh, "I won't eat the gluten-free muffins. I'll leave those to you because I can eat anything. You can just have your little cashier job." So I think we all have a narrative somewhere deep in our brains. I don't know if it comes from our thoughts, our experiences, our genetics, where it comes from, that puts us in a funny relationship with money. So I ran a race on Saturday, and they give you free stuff.
How far was the race done?
It was a 13.1 mile race.
Okay, a sissy race.
Really not worth talking about.
Okay.
For some people, a life goal.
Yeah.
It was
a training day.
It was a short run day.
Okay, but you got.
But they give you free stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, and in
Swag.
the bag, there's things that you get, and I rarely desire the items that they are kind enough to give you. But in this case, there were 3 coupons for Caribou Coffee, our Caribou shop, and the Caribou Coffee. It was buy one, get one free. So I immediately said to myself, I wonder who I could give these to.
Very nice.
And I start thinking, why don't I want to use coupons? I don't want to use coupons. I don't want to do a join the punch card thing. I sort of use it at Starbucks because I have my money. It's conveniently on there. I rarely use my free drink. I'm that guy, right?
Yeah.
When I check out at the place and someone says, would you like to save 10%? I act as if I'm personally offended.
Yeah.
So, and I've realized I don't want to think I'm poor and I have to use a coupon. I've got this narrative in my head about I would rather pay full price than feel like I have to get this with a coupon. If I can't afford it, I can't afford it. I'm not going to get 12 cents off or buy one, get one free. So I have this totally different thing. And then I get this judgment narrative in my head about people that love their coupons because I can't tell the difference between thrifty and stingy.
Yeah.
Some people, I'm told they're different things. I think one's the brand name and one's the generic. So I think people like to call themselves thrifty.
Right.
But I think they're just stingy, right? So, okay, I've got that going on. And I think generosity is the answer to, but